What do you want?
You're listening to the DVM production empire. Packed with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the empire today at dvmpe.com.
Groovy.
Jack, I'm here. What is it?
I just saved the President of the United States, the ambassador to Botswana, stopped the terrorist, and I defused the bomb, and I picked up your dry cleaning.
That's great.
What else is there?
Well, we got the KFC sunscreen.
It's delicious. No time, though.
Oh, okay. Then we have a sappy tree.
Oh, my God. No time.
Okay, then we have to worry about the toilets versus missing limbs.
That sounds terrible.
Jack, can you hear me? You're getting garbled. Jack, I can't understand you.
No time. What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupids on the DVM production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear. We were the stupid, so you don't have to.
Episode number 24, if you didn't notice.
It's a special episode.
Special episode.
For numerous reasons. Number one, because it highlights probably the best show about counter-terrorism units on television.
Just about as good, like even better than Homeland.
I feel like it's better than that.
Okay.
Like way better than that.
Yeah.
Like 24 times better than that.
24 times?
Yeah.
I would say 23 times.
Well, then you'd be wrong.
Okay.
I mean,
Mandy Patinkin's in that show, though.
So?
Okay, 24.
Jack Bauer. He became a hypothetical.
Inigo Montoya. How dare you?
I do not care.
Okay.
I do not care.
You know how little I care? 24 times.
Why don't you go Homeland and cry about it?
Oh, she cries a lot on that show.
Oh, okay.
That show.
Jack Bauer very rarely cries.
Did he ever cry?
I don't know. I think when he got drunk and attacked a Christmas tree.
That happened?
Not in character.
Oh, okay.
But in real life.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, this is a pretty sweet video.
What hour was that?
The witching hour.
The witching hour.
It's a pretty great.
The counter is all screwed up. It's the witching hour.
Oh my God, Hocus Pocus 2 is crazy.
Oh my God, I hope they make that movie. Anyway.
We're starting off with something very close to our hearts.
Yes.
As in a heart attack.
Chicken.
Mm-hmm. Fried chicken.
It's not ham.
Listen, nothing's ham except for ham. But
you know how much I like ham more than chicken?
Homeland times?
24 times.
Oh, so close.
Close.
There's two options. I feel like you would have chosen the other one either way, though.
Yes.
So KFC has introduced a sunscreen that smells like fried chicken.
Mm-hmm. You can just, it's like for people who can't get a job at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Like, man, I really want to smell like I have a job in a fast food restaurant, but I don't want to have a job.
Or it's like, I'm trying to get that fat guy's attention, but for some reason he never notices me.
What?
Have you decided to smell like extra crispy original recipe? No.
Why does extra crispy smell different than original?
I don't know. They have the same 7 herbs and spices.
Is it 7 or is it 13 or 11 or?
I thought it was 7.
I feel like there's more than that.
Let's see. I gotta find out. I thought it was 7 herbs and it just seems like 7 was the number. How many? I'm gonna Google this. How many?
Maybe back in your day.
Oh my God! You shut up.
'Cause you're so old. The only thing you can count to is 7. And 24.
How many herbs and species?
I'm going to go ahead and say I think it's 11.
You are correct.
Oh!
That's which rhymes with 7. So I think that's what I was.
Did you just
hearing.
do air quotes for a podcast?
Yes. You know what those herbs and spices are?
Magic, black pepper, magic, some dude's hair, magic, and a fingernail.
And regret. You forgot got regret.
No. That comes in a sidecar for dipping.
Oh, sorry. We're correct.
They call it ranch, though.
Call it ranch. Yeah, no. That just, I don't know.
KFC has introduced a fucking sunscreen that smells like chicken. This is the kind of stuff.
Because they got, what's his name? George...
Jetson?
No.
Foreman?
This guy's, like, career is like Hamilton. This guy's career has been made by being, like, the tan guy.
That's right. That's what I know him from, the Walking Leather Mitt.
Yeah, he is, like, he's the tan guy. I don't know why they went off above having SNL people. In a perfect world, the Colonel, like, they'll finally land on the Colonel, and it'll be, like who they did? They did Chris Kattan. They did,
They had Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald.
They had Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
I think Norm Macdonald was the best one.
Oh, yeah. He was, because he's just like, have some chicken, or don't. But in a perfect world, it would be Tracy Morgan.
Wow. You went there?
Why?
Because it's the black guy?
How great would he be dressed as Colonel Sanders?
Oh, he'd be
like, get that bucket of chicken.
You can't just say these things. It's 2016.
Okay.
You can't recommend people for jobs.
Oh, you're right.
Racist.
He'd be hilarious. He would be hilarious.
Yeah, he would be.
But you can't.
But you can't say that.
You can't say that or think it. How dare you?
Man, you know who'd be the most qualified for this? Don't you fucking say it.
My dad actually had lunch with Colonel Sanders.
I thought you were going to say Tracy Morgan. I'm like, how have I never heard about that?
No, he had lunch with Colonel Sanders.
The Colonel Sanders?
The Colonel Sanders.
Or was this just like a colonel that happened to have the last name of Sanders?
No, this was...
and he's like, well, technically.
My dad was given a scholarship...
We ate fish.
From his church to go to college.
A church scholarship?
Yeah, to go to college.
Is that a thing?
Yes. And in the South, it's a thing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That's right.
And part of it was he got to have lunch with the guy who was putting up the money. The guy who was putting up the money was Colonel Sanders. So when he was awarded the scholarship, he got to have lunch with Colonel Sanders. They did not eat chicken.
That heavenly chicken, man.
They didn't eat it.
What'd they have? They had chicken there. He just didn't eat it. He's
no,
like, who eats that garbage? It
wasn't at a KFC. It was at like a regular restaurant.
Like a real restaurant.
A regular restaurant. KFC can be a real restaurant.
Name one. We just drove past one the other day, and out of nowhere, not even talking about it, you're like, and that's why I have to go to the Bloomington one.
Bloomingdale.
Sure. Because that one doesn't have baked beans. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Honestly,
you just were just mid, like...
More often than not, I'm reminding myself, because I have made the mistake a couple times. I'm like, I want a KFC. I'm going to go get some chicken fingers. I go there, and then I'm like, yeah, can I get baked beans? We don't have them here. Fuck. And I drive off.
Wow.
I want baked beans. And I remember that the one in Bloomingdale has it. So every time I go by there, I have to remind myself not to make that mistake.
Yeah, that's the mistake. That's the mistake you need to remind yourself of.
Yeah, it's important.
Not having this potential
life
crisis.
Would you wear it? Would you wear it?
No.
What if I locate a bottle?
If you can locate a bottle, I will wear it.
Okay, I'm going to locate a bottle.
You're going to have to spend a lot of money to do it.
Is it really expensive?
It's free, but there's only made 3,000 bottles of it, and they've all been claimed. And you have to wait up to 8 weeks for delivery. So if 8 weeks from now you find one on eBay and are willing to spend whatever the dollar value is, I will wear that sunscreen. In the winter.
Around, be like, what smells like chicken? Am I right, guys? They'll be like, yeah, seriously. And you'll have to own that.
I don't care.
You will own that chicken smell.
I'll put on that sunscreen in October.
And be like,
isn't this timely?
It's like, I don't know. I'm just sitting here and I'm starving. I don't get why. It's like, I don't know. Smells like chicken.
I think it'd be great if you go to eat a healthy food, like some salad or tofu bullshit, like vegetarian dish, and just put it right underneath, like on your top lip, underneath your nose. It's like, this smells like chicken. It doesn't taste like. I need more SPF under here. Kind of like trick yourself into like, well, it smells like chicken. It tastes like garbage.
But it smells like chicken.
We'll just say it's old KFC. That's why it's so soggy.
Ew.
Why is my extra crispy just crisp-ish.
They've actually they started redoing it because I guess standards fell off huge.
What standards?
They had KFC standards.
Right, I know, but what are you
Well,
saying they
it's just
redid? Like the interior,
super.
the
Well, no,
employees,
just
or
like the chicken, was super greasy, greasier
Yes.
than normal.
I will attest to that.
And then
My fat ass ate a lot of KFC growing up.
yeah, and then after a while, at some point in time, somebody said this is bullshit.
Yep.
You know, it's one year. I remember a bunch of restaurants did that. They just basically redid their standards. My favorite one was they had a group go into a new group go to Olive Garden, and they're like, "Why does your food suck?" And they went and they did it, and they figured out that a long time ago that one of the things is if they just added salt to their pasta while it's cooking, it'll taste 10 times better.
They didn't know that?
They knew that, but a group had told them not to, because then it will increase the length of use of your pots.
By not salting.
By not salting the pot.
So
the
you
pot will
can
last
save
longer.
30 cents
you
over
could
the
save
span of
30
10
cents
years.
to $1, but your food is shit. So KFC did that, and then all of a sudden it wasn't as greasy and shitty.
You gotta love it when people have no idea what they're talking about decide to make suggestions.
Oh yeah.
I just saw online today they posted the notes from the studio that I can't remember his name right now. So what's his name got for Back to the Future? And
Robert Zemeckis?
No.
Michael J. Fox?
No. God, who did they actually write it to? I don't know, but it was it was the stupidest fucking things that looking back on it, you're thinking who would possibly say this kind of stuff?
Oh, a network executive who has no background whatsoever. The head of comedy at NBC has a business law degree from fucking Harvard. Because he should be in charge of comedy.
The studio notes were to Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
So they had said that I'm just going to read this. Although I believe that the present draft is terrific and I marvel at the improvements that have been made from the Columbia version, I continue to believe the title leaves much to be desired. There are a number of reasons why I found the title less than, quote, wonderful. But my primary concern is that it appears to make the picture a genre picture. I think the script, and hopefully the film, deserves a better title. Can you guess what the title might have been? Put yourself in these shoes. You're a dumbass, and you're trying to tell a genius that he's wrong, and you should rename Back to the Future.
The Time Traveling Kid.
That's probably even better than what this was.
I know. Wait, hold on. Don't do your mom if you go back in time.
That would just make the movie a PSA.
Yeah.
Spaceman from Pluto.
What?
Spaceman from Pluto.
Okay. That's dumb.
Underpinning these suggestions are the following thoughts. Modify the dialogue on page 35 so that Sherman calls Marty a spaceman from Pluto. Modify Marty's dialogue on page 77 so that he identifies himself as a spaceman from the planet Pluto.
Oh, the planet Pluto.
Instead of Darth Vader from Vulcan.
Is it a planet now?
Not anymore.
Well,
It would have been factually inaccurate.
That movie would not hold up. Someone wanted to make The Walking Dead a zombie weekly crime show, crime.
Like a zombie of the week.
No, what's the word? Like a Law and Order or what's the word I'm looking for? A crime. I don't watch them.
Drama, thriller.
Kind of like a crime drama.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I read it just the other day.
Like zombie lawyers.
Not lawyers, but
police. Zombie police.
Yeah, like zombie police.
Like R.I.P.D. Or the zombies be the police? Would the zombies be the police? Tell me the zombies were the cops.
I don't know. Hold on, I'm looking for it.
If you're not going to tell me the zombies were the cops, why did you even bring this up? This is I'm looking for it. This is an emotional roller coaster. Because now I'm picturing zombie cops in Law and Order.
What's the phrase for like one of those shows? Like
zombie cops?
No, for like an SUV or
An SUV?
an
A sport utility vehicle?
An SVU.
I believe it's called a four-door family-friendly vehicle.
I'm trying to remember where I read it.
What? I don't understand what saying you're wanting here. You said zombie cops, and I feel like that's it.
It's kind of like zombie cops.
That's the only thing you need. A procedural?
Yes. They wanted it to be a zombie crime procedural. But wouldn't it always be zombies?
Wow, that's racist of you again. That's twice now. We're in the same segment, and you have been racist twice. Just to assume that all zombies are going to be criminals.
In this case, wouldn't it have been that way?
Zombie lives matter.
Zombie lives matter. Here it is. NBC wanted The Walking Dead to be a crime procedural. What attracted me to Robert Kirkman's comic book series, the story about characters and a journey in this new world constantly trying to figure out not only how to survive, but what's important to them. Where is it?
That is somehow...
And some characters give up, some characters commit suicide, and are constantly evolving. They're constantly meeting new characters and have to determine friend or foe. And quickly we realize that it is not the zombies you have to be afraid of, it's the other humans.
So you don't have to be afraid of zombie cops.
Yes. It says, NBC is known for its love of procedurals, Law and Order in the Chicago, so it makes sense that the network would try to fit any new shows to its mold.
Jesus Christ. I can't even,
It's not about the zombies. It's about the humans.
I mean, so is The Walking Dead, as it is now, but...
Here's the one.
There's a shock.
Darabont first presented the script to NBC, the network with whom had already had an overall deal. And according to the executive producer, Gail Ann Hurd, their response was, do there have to be zombies in it?
Well, we're getting derailed. This is about KFC.
This is about chicken.
But I do have, there is another...
I just want to know who came up with this, though. You know? I mean, back to the whole aspect of
KFC
someone's
sunscreen.
like, you guys.
Well, they aren't even alone in this kind of ridiculousness. Burger King announced a few years ago that they would have a burger-scented cologne. And everyone thought it was a joke because it was only going to be available on April Fool's Day in Japan.
Right.
But there's actually a video of a guy buying it in Japan, like unboxing it. It's a piece of shit looking thing. It costs $50 and it comes with a Whopper. But he said it kind of smells like tacos. The majority of the people that have smelled it have said that it would smell like tacos, which makes sense because Burger King has tacos.
Yeah, well, they also have a thing called the Whopperito,
which is Burger King's version of Build That Wall.
Terrible.
Is it terrible? Have you had it?
No.
Then you can't say it's terrible.
It looks terrible.
Okay, well, you can say that all you want, but you can't say it is.
Whopperito.
You can't be objective about the terribleness of a Whopperito.
I can't.
It's just a Whopper in a tortilla shell. If anything, it's a low-carb Whopper. You're welcome, America.
Then that is not usually what I go for.
You don't go for low-carb Whoppers?
No.
It's like,
the right amount of carbs.
Like, if I'm going to have a Whopper, I'm not doing it because I'm on a diet.
Right.
I do it because I hate myself and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to go outside, but I also hate myself. Give me the Whopper sunscreen. The KFC sunscreen.
No, Whopper sunscreen. That might be cool, too.
Yeah, Whopper sunscreen. That makes sense. KFC won't know.
No, you get the Whopper, the KFC sunscreen, and the Whopper mouthwash. We'll be right back. Anyway. Go ahead.
What?
We're back.
Okay.
And we're back.
And we're back. Yeep, 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 yeep. So, I think we talked about this last week. You don't really talk to your neighbors at all, but have you ever had like a terrible neighbor?
Oh, yeah.
Just like the neighbor from hell?
We had an old man across the street.
Ugh, and old people should just die.
No, this guy was just a dick.
Oh, okay.
Like, and then okay. Well, here's the thing. I will he was old. Like when they first moved in, he was an asshole. Because a friend of mine had like parked across the street, and they had kind of gone a little off. Because you remember the old house, it didn't have like curbs and stuff. It just or sidewalks because it was on a
Oh
corporate.
yeah.
And someone had parked on a little off the curb onto the grass a little bit, just to be off the road. And so I walked. It was my ex-girlfriend. I walked her to her car. She drives off. Old man comes running out, and he's yelling at me, saying that I need to pay him money because she damaged his lawn.
Yeah.
Like this much, you know?
Let the record show he held up his fingers for about 3 inches.
Right. And I'm like,
because
no.
this is a podcast and you can't see this.
This much.
Air quotes.
So I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And he had an issue with my neighbor too. He also at one point in time, he puts his hand in his pocket like he has a gun in his pocket, which he may have, for all I know. It said, "I got a something for you," you know, and because he was old and Italian.
Did he maybe have a hole in his pocket and he was touching his balls?
Maybe, just maybe. But he was threatening to shoot my neighbor.
With a
and
load.
Then he started to get a little bit older and a little bit whatever. And then I remember once my dad drove him to the store because he wanted to go to the store, and there was nobody there to take him or whatever.
And they became best friends.
No, well, it was just kind of sad. But
they became sad best friends.
Sad best friends. But yeah, anyway, he was a dick. Go ahead.
It's like Laverne and Shirley on depressants.
Yeah. We could do it, but we don't want to.
We're not gonna make it.
Make it. Give us any pill, we'll take it.
Is that a knife? Let me stab it.
Highly medicated.
We'll make our nightmares come true. Killing ourselves off.
Instead of like watching the glove go by on the bottles, they're standing in front of a
No, it's her fucking hand. Just they go to take the glove off, her hand's still there in the bottle. Like, oh fuck. It's like, oh, so someone was actually playing in this machine,
right?
Like that. I was like, oh, it's quirky. Like, oh no, this is an accident.
No,
shut it down.
This is a problem.
This is blood soda.
This beer. This beer is now tainted.
Oh, that's where blood orange comes from.
Oh.
Okay, it's regular oranges in a woman's hand.
Ew.
Speaking of woman's hand, actually no, we'll get there. There's a guy in Pittston Township. I don't know where that is. But a man, he was so angry about a tree that was dripping sap on his car that he decided to cut down the tree.
The whole tree.
And nothing but the tree. So help him God.
God.
Yeah, so Raymond Mazzarella decided this tree is ruining my car. I'm going to give it a what for. Grabbed a chainsaw and cut down the tree in his neighbor's yard. So it's his neighbor's tree. It's not just like some random tree that's sitting there. It's not
his tree.
It's not his tree.
It's
yeah.
not his tree.
It's not his tree. But now it's history.
Luckily, he is a professional tree removal person.
Ooh, I could see where you'd think that,
or
but
a
no.
lumberjack of some sort.
No, neither of those, in fact.
Or someone who knows how physics works.
No, you could look at him and think this guy knows nothing about physics.
Okay, or what physics is, or
you watch Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah.
Martin, the guy with the glasses and he looks like the guy that's about to pop out of the bushes and like kill you any minute. I think that's his real name. Like the guy with the beard and the hair and the glasses. Doug's like this.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out with Dinesh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Guilfoyle.
There we go. I think his real name is Martin. That's all.
I think so.
But yeah, looks like him. Exactly like him.
Great.
Cut down the tree. No idea what he's doing. Turns out he cut it so it would fall right onto his apartment house.
Oh.
And it destroyed the house. The house is now condemned, and there are 5 people who are homeless because of him.
And he couldn't just move the car?
Apparently not. This was his parking spot.
Oh.
When I think apartment house, I think of like an okay sized building
Yeah,
that has like a communal like laundry room,
sure.
and then it's a bunch of like little studio apartments inside of it.
Kind of like Melrose Place.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember watching Melrose Place.
Oh, it's great.
But he cut down this tree. It fell on the house, and then everyone is just
Is
screwed.
homeless.
Everyone's homeless now. A
Good.
bit of an overreaction.
Tad, the people, are they? They're
They're like,
being,
ugh,
they're being
I'm
super
all-
dicks.
I'm all homeless and shit.
Oh, it's like, God, come on. There's been worse things.
So
Think about my car paint job.
exactly.
Think about the sap.
Yeah, he decided to go back to the house after it was condemned. You know, he was charged with he was no longer allowed in the area,
No,
so he decided to go back into the area like you do.
like you do.
He was trespassing, so a neighbor saw him and decided to call the police, and the neighbor then decided to confront him. Mozzarella punched him, and the neighbor pulled out his stun gun to protect himself, but then Crazy Chainsaw Man decided to pull out a baseball bat and start beating his neighbor with it.
How do you pull out a baseball bat?
I don't know. That's what's amazing.
How is that a surprise weapon?
I-
It's like thing, and then out of nowhere he had
Maybe-
a hockey stick. It's like, what? Come on, he had that hockey stick.
If he was wearing baggy enough pants, he could just put it right in
Right.
there. I mean, shit, we used to, in Minnesota, it would make sense for a bunch of kids to be wearing super puffy winter coats in
Right.
the winter. We could sneak 2 liters into the movie theater in our arms because you could fit it. So it's like you get a bunch of candy, like an entire package of Twizzlers in one, and then you get a 2-liter in the other, and you just have yourself a nice little party in the movie theater. So if this man wants to have a bat up his sleeve,
Why not?
who am I? Like maybe it adds some stability. It's a walking bat. You know, what'd be great is if he had, the like, sword canes. If he's just walking around with his walking bat, and then he unscrews the bottom of it and pulls out one of those novelty bats.
And then under that is a knife.
Made from a bat.
Made from a bat. That'd be great. I don't know. He's an idiot. Why don't you just move your fucking car? Just move your car.
Well, if it's an apartment house, then like let's say there's 6 units, there'll be 6 parking spots, and everyone has their parking spot
Right.
that they're assigned to. So he very well may not have been able to move his car from that spot because that is where he's stuck. But
Or you can get a tarp.
would you want to put a tarp over your car every time you parked?
A little bit more than going to jail.
If he had taken the chainsaw and just cut like that side of branches off, that would have been
Enough.
that would have been a fine, maybe a few days in jail, but your car wouldn't be fucked up anymore.
I wonder if he went to the neighbors at all and said, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you trim your tree?"
Do you think a man that just produces a chainsaw in a fit of rage and then just has a walking bat has the idea to maybe I should talk this
To
out first?
wherewithal to write a note.
It's like, to whom it may concern.
I'm making
Oh,
a
is that
chain-
how you spell that?
I'm making a chainsaw noise right now in case you didn't realize it.
Press play to listen to this threat.
Oh, God.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we're back.
Got a crazy dilemma for you.
Crazy dilemmas, guys.
I got a couple of stories.
Hey-oh, stories.
Stories coming in on the ones and twos
The ones and twos.
because I got 2 of them.
And that would make the 1 and the 2.
And the first one is about going number 2.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, in Norway, more like no way when you hear this story,
Hey-oh.
a man had to get rescued out of a toilet, a public toilet.
Okay.
And in your head, you're thinking,
Been there.
you're like, oh, a toilet. How can someone fit in one of those? This is one where it's just kind of like the toilet bowl is carved into a wall, and it falls down into a big old trough, and it gets emptied once a month.
Ew.
Yeah, so you have possibly a month's worth of buildup in this essentially it's the indoor outhouse. Like, it's just, if you walk into a bathroom and you have that toilet, but you can't flush it or anything.
Right.
It just comes and gets emptied.
Is that to like save water?
No, just a lot of some places don't have amazing plumbing.
Okay.
So you make do with what you got. just make that do.
Get out.
So this guy, his friend dropped his cell phone into the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to be a good friend and climbed down into the toilet.
He's like, hold on. I saw this in Schindler's List.
Oh. Oh. Gross. He climbed down into this toilet to grab his friend's phone and immediately became sick.
Well, yeah.
And he started freaking out because he, quote, "I panicked because I hate confined spaces."
You got your vomit mixed in with my shit. You got your shit mixed in with my vomit.
He was thigh deep
Ugh.
in the public toilet's contents, looking for his friend's phone, and he...
Why would he want it back? I'd be like,
okay,
it belongs to the toilet now.
But this is the thing. If it's your phone, I could see you doing irrational things to try to recover it. But this is his friend's phone.
I'm a good friend.
How good of a friend are you?
Not that good.
Now we've found the game. I dropped my phone in a public toilet. What does it take for you to go down there and get it for me?
Oh
what if I gave you $5,000? Would you go down into that toilet, in that thigh deep public toilet that hasn't been emptied for a month? Would you go down there and get my phone for $5,000?
No.
$5,001.
No.
$5,002.
No.
How long is this episode gonna be? $5,003.
So you're waiting until I say yes? No.
$10,000. $10,000. Mind you, you have to have someone rescue you because he climbed down there, got stuck.
So I have to recreate. Did the guy get his phone back? Do I have to come up with a phone?
You have to come up with a phone.
Ew.
And it's funny, like the quote or the thing that you were saying earlier, because as soon as he got down there, he threw up. He literally threw up the second he got down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. According to him, he did not think twice. His name is Cato Bernstein Larson.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. See, the thing is,
Cato was his friend the Green Hornet. Get my phone, Cato. You're on your own, man.
Yeah, so he's an amateur diver. And he thought, you know what? I could go down
do
this...
it.
Well,
I go spelunking all the
I'm
time.
share the picture on our Facebook page of him like with his hands in the toilet, and then so you can understand. Here, you can kind of see. He climbed down in there,
Nope.
but he wasn't able to climb back up. Apparently, it's a lot easier to lower yourself into a toilet than climb.
Oh, what with gravity and all?
So he never recovered the phone, or at least it didn't say in here.
So $10,000 for him.
So you have to come up with the phone, climb down in the toilet. You're gonna throw up. It's thigh deep.
Ugh.
So you're thinking at least 3 feet of public slop for the past month. Probably not air conditioned, so it's been spoiling.
It's probably not air conditioned. Should we install an air conditioner for the shit?
I'm talking about like in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
It's probably just a public bathroom.
No.
$10,000.
No.
$20,000.
No.
$100,000.
Possibly.
Really? That's where it finally starts to get to the. You know
Is
what?
it tax free? Because I wouldn't want to have to write on like a form when shit diving.
You know, they did this on Jackass for probably like $100 and some beer.
Yeah, well, they're assholes, so.
No, they're jackasses.
Yeah. They're jackassholes.
I'll tell you what. Would you do it for $150,000?
I just said I'd do it for 100.
I know, but I'm saying $150,000. That's such a specific amount. It's almost like it's relatable to something else.
Oh. Yeah, I'd do it for 150. Like, you can write, like, the best power washer ever.
Yeah, and he went to the hospital. He got some treatment for some scrapes.
Well, yeah, because now you might have the bubonic plague.
Or the poop on it.
The poop. I remember what happened to me in the backyard? Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
I was walking out and because there's septic issues.
Oh, okay.
So I went.
I can probably just imagine what happened here.
Well, the whole thing was I was trying to put they didn't, for some reason, the last time they had pumped the septic tank, they didn't put the cap back thing in. So I was trying to put it in, although it's a little deep and everything like that. I'm just like, oh, this is terrible. And I slipped, and my leg not only did it get scraped up down there, but it was like the grossest injury ever. And I'm like, eh. I went running in. I went in the shower and everything like that. And then
the toilet bit me.
And then I went and got 2 shots
of whiskey.
I got tetanus.
And an anti-poop shot.
And an anti-poop shot. But no, I think I just got the worm. I got tetanus. And that was a weird experience, too, because I went to CVS for that. And I thought that was very weird, that you could go to CVS and get a tetanus shot.
Why?
Because I'm not used to that. You said it's like go to the doctor's office.
Oh, like back in the 50s?
Yeah.
When doctors would smoke around you?
Yeah. But I was like, you have to go to the doctor's office. You have to get a tetanus. But the one thing that got me was there was one tetanus shot that was I think it was $25. And then there was another tetanus shot that was $90. And I was like, in this case, which one do you get?
The deluxe package?
Yeah, you want the $90 one,
Yeah,
right?
give me the good one.
Well, that wasn't the case. Well, the whole thing is they're trying to phase those out because they don't want people using them or doing it. So they made it more expensive.
Then just get rid of it.
That's what CVS.
We don't want people to use it.
We don't want people to use it, but if they really want to, we're going to charge them for it. It's their way of deterring people from getting it. Super weird.
Okay.
But I was like, are you sure? Because more money seems like this is going to fight tetanus better.
Yeah.
Because I'm happy to pay it.
It's 3 times as powerful,
right.
apparently.
And they were like, no, it's fine. And I was like, okay.
If I come back as a poop monster,
right,
coming at you first,
after you.
You are going to get smeared so bad, I will be the Dirty Sanchez.
I got in trouble for taking a photo, too, because there was a sign that says Walker Cane and Walker Cane Accessories. And I took it and I said, is it going to be Hank Hill's retirement? Because I just thought it was funny. Yeah. And then I got in trouble for taking a photo.
In a pharmacy?
In a pharmacy.
How dare you?
There's no one there.
Apparently there was.
Well, the manager came up to me and said, I saw you on the camera. And I'm like, I was filming something on the camera.
What a coincidence. Can I get the behind-the-scenes footage? It's for my blog.
It's for my blog. And what's the deal with these more expensive tetanus shots?
3 times anti-poop? I'm sure.
I want it.
So, $150,000 you would go down in the toilet.
I think so.
Would you cut your limbs off for $150,000?
No.
Okay. Well,
will they grow back?
No. You are not a starfish.
Okay. Well, that was going to be my next question. Am I a starfish?
No. You are a Vietnam woman.
Vietnamese woman?
I'm reading the headline.
Vietnam woman. Stay away from me. Vietnam woman. Well, can't you see? All the Vietnam things. I wanna be. Vietnam woman. Anyway.
Cut me off at the knees.
150.
In May, a 30-year-old woman named as Lai The N. I don't know.
Sure.
It sounds like a gamer tag of someone just trying to trick you into saying faggot or something. What are you making me say right now? Because gamer tags, half of them are people's name, half of them are creative ways to insult people.
I can't talk.
I know. For those that do not know Patrick's gamer tag, what is it?
It's HorrorCost42.
HorrorCost?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
HORROR.
Cost.
Cost. CAUST.
Now, why? Is it because you're a fan of horror movies?
No.
Is it? Well, what else could it possibly be?
It's how a Japanese person would say the word Holocaust.
That's so bad.
It's a private joke between me and Earl.
On your public gamer tag.
On my public gamer tag that people always ask me about.
Say, oh, you like a lot of scary movies? No.
In poker, they don't find it as funny. In Call of Duty, they fucking love it.
Well, yeah, it's Call of Duty.
I know.
Congratulations, 12-year-olds love your gamer tag.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's Hungry as a Bear if you want to add me on Steam. Xbox. Anyway, so a Vietnamese woman has admitting to she paid for her foot and part of her arm to be cut off in order to claim an insurance payout. Because she originally claimed to have been involved in a train accident. Now, there are different parts of the world where train tracks run right through like little villages or bodegas where people are. It's a market, but when the 12:35 is coming through, everyone like time out, car. Everyone packs up real quick. It goes through. Okay, game on. And so this woman said she got hit by a train. She cut off her foot and part of her arm. It didn't specify, but she paid a friend the equivalent of $2,200 to sever her limbs, and the aim was to claim more than $150,000 from her insurance company. Yeah,
We knew a guy who lived next door to my friend Anthony, who was affectionately known as Crazy John. The theory was he lost a finger by cutting it off so that he could claim work disability.
Ooh.
Like he did it on purpose. Now, whether or not this was true, I don't know. But knowing the guy, it was probably true.
So the question is, would you be willing to cut off a foot and a hand for $150,000?
No. Absolutely not.
For $150,001.
No.
For $100, you know what?
No. No.
For $1 million.
Nope. I'm not cutting anything off.
For $10 million.
No.
$100 million.
Nope.
You wouldn't get a sweet peg leg and a hook and always be a pirate with $100 million.
No.
I'd be a pirate every goddamn day.
You really would?
For $100 million?
What guarantees, first of all, what guarantees that you'll live? You lose a lot of blood that way.
If you go, let's say you go to it's done in a professional setting. Like if you're in the hospital, they do amputations all the time.
Okay.
And they've come a long way with prosthetics.
Yeah.
Where you can have amazing appendages, like real robotic arms that act like real arms.
The problem is there's a thing called phantom pain.
Right.
And from what I've heard, is it's one of the worst things in the history of ever.
Now, does that only happen when the limb is damaged, or when it just leaves? As soon
When
as
it leaves completely.
Okay.
There's this.
Because I understood, like when they
someone
get
with
in
an arm. I knew somebody who was here. They lost their arm.
From the elbow down.
Yeah, and he
Was it like a car accident?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like the arm was traumatized, and so the last signal the brain got was pain, emergency, ouch.
Like unless the
So
saw is going to send the message $100 million happiness.
Well, that's what
you're
I'm saying.
still
Like
gonna
if you're awake and you're like everything's great, I'm about to get all this money. The money is given to you. They're just going to put you under, and you're going to wake up with your non-dominant hand gone and your non-dominant foot gone.
You have a dominant foot?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make it as enjoyable of an option as possible. So the foot you don't use when you walk.
Rich version of my left foot. My left.
Like
foot.
when you're taking a flight of stairs and there's an odd number of stairs. Like which foot do you use more?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so cut off the other one.
Okay.
So the one that's not really pulling its weight. Like there's 7 steps here.
I don't know. I don't think so.
$100 million. You wouldn't do that for $100 million.
It would have to be like, I don't know, like the hand would. Yeah.
Let's find out which each limb is worth. How much for a foot? Cut off a foot. No pain involved beforehand.
No pain after.
No pain after.
Well, if you can guarantee no phantom pain, I might think about it.
Have you heard
and like a really cool like?
Have you heard of marijuana?
Yeah.
They make so many drugs that you can do it, or you can go the natural way, or you can just say, "I have $100 million. Oh, I can deal with this pain because I'm not a bitch."
Right.
I have $100 million, which means I'm not a bitch. That means I got all the money and all the shit.
All the monies.
The money. Your jock persona takes over.
Yeah.
We did it. And you try to high five someone, you just stab them through the hand with a hook.
No.
It's great. You can scare kids every day, not just on Halloween. Like on Halloween, you dress up as an accountant. Every other day, you're a pirate. Like, oh, he's an accountant. Ooh, oh, my words per minute has drastically
You're being
reduced.
audited. I don't think so.
I can't carry the one.
I'm thinking about it. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I 100% don't know.
Well, if you got paid $5 million to lose a pinky,
Yeah.
$4,999,999.
You can't bargain now.
Well, I'm just trying to find the limits here.
Said $5 million, take a pinky. Okay.
What, $1 million?
$1 million for a pinky?
Yeah.
You just said 5.
Right.
Why would I go for less money?
This is a negotiation.
It's not. You don't start with a number and then go way less.
You don't know that.
That's not how you negotiate.
Or is it? I thought this was America.
Is all this tax-free? Because once again...
$5 million taxed, $1 million tax-free.
No.
Yeah.
Because that's like
you get more money.
$3 million.
You have to, you get more money, but you have to tell everyone what happened, like the truth, and it's in legal forms. Yeah, someone paid me money to hunt me. He caught my finger, and I'm like, it's a tie. It's $5 million a bullet.
$5 million.
I held my hand up in front of my face. I said, "No, don't." And the bullet stopped in my finger, and I lost it.
I would say $5 million.
Basically, I'm trying to find out because one of our listeners is like, "Listen, how much to hunt Patrick?"
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, "Well, I'll tailor the show around trying to find a way of how much it'll cost for you to just slowly dismember him."
And now we know. It's one of my favorite books.
You're welcome, Sam.
One of my favorite books, The Most Dangerous Game. Guy washed it up on an island to find that he is rescued because somebody lives there, but it turns out he wants to hunt him.
I feel like I've read that.
Probably in school.
Yeah.
There's also a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie that took place in New Orleans.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a lot of slow motion kicking?
Yeah, and they did the splits.
Yes. Then it's a total Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Total Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
The only thing that was missing. Ooh. What if you put your KFC sunscreen on your hand? You're like, this is finger looking good, and then you bit your finger off.
Someone would pay me for that?
No, I just want to see it happen.
Oh.
If I have to wear the sunscreen that you're buying, then you're also going to have to bite a finger off.
That's not true.
And then...
And that is nowhere near a deal.
I feel like it's a fair trade.
It is not.
Someone might smell it on me.
You will be safe from the sun. I will be fingerless.
You'll one less finger that can be burned.
True.
So percentage-wise, you are less likely to get burned. Like, surface area. One less finger.
Ugh. No. Absolutely not.
I feel like you're just being closed-minded on purpose now.
Whatever.
In a side bit.
A close encounters. Because it's close.
It is a close encounters, yes, close to us. In Elmhurst, Illinois, there is a disturbing trend that the police are bringing to the public's eye. You think Elmhurst, you think, oh yes, the criminal capital of the world.
Yeah. The pokey-stop capital of the world.
Is it?
Yeah, it's where Elmhurst College is. And there's like 9,000.
Oh yeah, well the college is the pokey-stop. So here's the problem. There's a bunch of rich people that don't know how to lock their cars.
Okay.
There's a trend, a serious uptick of crimes happening. That over 100 vehicles have been stolen, and more than 200 vehicles have been burglarized.
You got it.
I know. I try to say that word like 6 times.
Burglarized.
These cars have been fucked up.
Been burgerized.
Oh no! Someone sprayed Burger King's cologne.
Cologne all over it. Why does my car smell like a Whopper?
Ah, the bandits have got me
Whopper
again.
bandits!
I would cut a finger off to never have to deal with them again.
How much?
Yeah, you got some sunscreen we can rub on that thing.
Yeah.
But since May, there's been over 100 vehicles stolen, 200 cars that have been burglarized. In like Lake Forest, Lake Buffalo, like the surrounding area. Because people have decided to leave their fucking cars unlocked. And in a lot of, in the majority, if not all of the cases where the cars have been stolen, it's because someone left the keys in the car.
Here's the thing, and I will say this from experience.
When you stole cars?
No. From when I went to Los Angeles and I had the red convertible.
Okay.
I'd never had a keyless car before.
Yeah.
I've never had a keyless car. I think we had that for the Jeep too, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't.
Was the one we had, the rental car.
I don't drive the rental cars. I don't want that on me.
No, I know, but we had that weird rental Jeep that shut off just while sitting with the gas save. But yeah, that one I believe was a keyless one as well. Having to remember to grab those keys when they're not in the ignition is weird.
That's the thing I don't understand. If it's a keyless, like if you don't have to have the key in it, why do you take the keys out of your pocket? The keys should just stay in your pocket.
Good question.
All the time.
Good question.
But these people are leaving their keys in the car, so all they have to do is, they're just being stupid. Like, oh, this car, I can just leave it unlocked. So you can just walk. Anyone can walk out,
push a button, and go,
and just open the door, hop in, and drive away. Like if you have a remote start on your car and your keys are inside, like and when I had my remote start, it had a 5 or 10 minute. I think it was 10 minutes. I could start my car, and after 10 minutes, if I didn't put the key in, it would shut off. If you tried to put the car into gear, it would shut off. If you tap the brake in the slightest, it would turn off.
Right.
And it'd be a huge bitch. So if you're getting in, and like you had it started and you're trying to get in, like I'd have to keep my foot so far away from the brake, because if I accidentally tapped it, it'd be like, I don't want to start for a while now.
Right.
Stupid security feature.
But
if you would just leave your goddamn key fob in there, like, yeah, the car will not work unless the key fob is in it, so you're safe. Okay, I'll just leave the key fob in it.
Yeah.
And people leaving their cars unlocked. It goes back to the people leave shit in their car. Obviously, this is one of those things where you shouldn't have to do this, but the reality of the world is, if you leave a purse sitting in a car in like plain sight, and then someone breaks in your car and steals it, it's kind of your fault too.
Like that lady who was selling us something.
Yeah, there was a lady who, and I'll say this is more of an accident on her part than anything, because she parked her car in the front row of the parking lot, middle of the day. This is like 1 p.m. There's no reason for quote-unquote unsavory folks to be around.
Anyway, I have a theory, but go ahead.
So as she comes in, and she got her iPad and like her books and everything. She left her purse and everything else in her car. Managed to drop her keys right outside her car, so she says, and comes inside for a business meeting for 45 minutes, goes back outside, her car is gone. So she decided she lost her car. Her car got stolen. A week later, they were like, the cops told her, yeah, it's probably way out of state by now and like down in Georgia or something. That's what people do. They'll steal the cars and then they'll move them to another place, so it's harder to detect them.
At one point in time, though, I thought she was trying to save face. I thought her car was repoed.
Yeah.
Because I thought that has to be the dumbest woman to just leave your keys and stuff.
Well, according to this, people just leave their key fobs and everything.
I know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I thought it was possible that her car was repoed.
Yeah.
And then she went out of her way to make it look like it wasn't.
I mean, I feel like we would have noticed a giant tow truck.
No, they pull up and they have keys. They pull up, someone drives them, they pull up, they hop in the car, and
that's
they
the
go.
thing. She 100% did not have her keys on her. So she very well may have left her keys in the car.
That just seems weird because out of all the cars, in the time of day, and just seems very weird to me. It always seems that thing always seems very weird to me.
Well, there's been a string of home invasions and and people fucking things up, burglarizing.
So many burgers
around my parents' place.
Yeah,
just shit's happening in the middle of the afternoon, in the middle of the week.
So lock your shit up, people.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it sucks that it comes to essentially you're victim blaming, like, oh, you should know better. But at the same time, you really should know better.
Right.
It's a shitty world, and people are gonna, if they say, oh, look at that, a bag of potential money just sitting on the front seat, all I have to do is break this window. Oh my God, I can have money right now.
Right.
And it's gonna happen. I've been fortunate enough to be too broke to have anything cool in my car.
Right.
For anyone to want to break into, and like I have a. It wasn't until this car that I finally had something that was a CD player. Like I was rocking a tape deck.
Right.
For the longest time. Just like, yeah, my radio's not even worth stealing. Like a default radio in any car that was somewhat newer is way better than my radio.
Right.
So I have no reason for anyone to break into it. But if you have a purse or if you have a laptop bag, that's a big thing too. Is laptop bags. People get stuff stolen. You know, I see people post online about, my car's broken into again, second time in 4 months, lost my laptop again. I'm like, maybe stop leaving your laptop on your front seat, put it in the trunk, or carry it with you, or fucking leave it at home or in the office.
Right.
Stop leaving your bags of goods.
Or get a sign that says "Rob me," so at least they know they don't have to do all the work.
Or you could go the other way and just say, please don't rob me.
Well, if they had this, maybe they would have been like, you know what? She's super polite. I'm not going to let her do it.
Yeah, I guess this is fine. This is fine.
This is just fine.
I think that's going to do it for this week.
That's it
yeah.
for this week.
Here's a ray of light for you. You don't have to listen to us for the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
We are taking a quick break.
Quick break.
Just... you could say it's for the summer. You could just say it's because we like the idea of a 24-episode season.
Yep.
In any case, we're going to take 2 weeks off, and we'll be back.
And accrue stupid.
Yes, we'll have, hopefully, like, for the podcast sake, I want to say I hope we have a ton of stupid things.
Yep. But
the human side of me says, God, if anyone could just get their shit together for 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
And we can come back and be like, listen, we're going to wait another week. Because everyone was cool. But we rely on the stupidity of others, and there seems to be no end to that. So I think when we come back in a couple weeks, it'll be just, ready for us.
We're going to find us online.
You can find us individually on Twitter, at PatrickNewsom42.
That's me.
At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can follow the entire DVM production empire at the DVMPE.
Empire.
You can follow this podcast at Stupid Tweeting, even though we don't really tweet with it.
Yeah.
We spend more time on our Facebook page, which you can find by searching for Stupids Talking Stupid on Facebook.
And you can find all the other cool stuff that DVMPE does on DVMPE.com.
Empire.
That's right. So that's going to do it for this week. I'm Patrick.
I'm Chloe.
And I'll see you later.